Trouble stick, young God, they welcome. Now this can't cause commotion. This rhythm got me feeling good, and this feeling got me in the mood. So I say make a dance, I say much body wale, kaloko washere. That's all one please.
Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to this channel. My name is Uloma. I make lifestyle straight talking videos and pretty much anything that interests me, including food recipes, reviews, hauls. I just do whatever I want on this channel. So, you guys, I've been going through a lot of therapy, self-diagnosis, and just imputing into myself and trying to know myself, practicing a lot of self-love. And before you practice a lot of self-love, you need to at least know the core of yourself, the root of yourself. And I have stumbled upon ADHD, autism. Now, I'm not trying to make light of a mental issue that has stopped people from functioning in day-to-day activity, And I am not in support of people who make light of these issues. For women, they don't get diagnosed until the age of 18. So it's very difficult for neurodivergent women to be diagnosed with ADHD or autism. But I'm just going to give you a brief history of some of my quirks. The first time I've had the word ADHD thrown at me was by a professor, a science professor, when I was having my master's degree in biotechnology. So it wasn't because I was failing per se. She just said, because I'm looking that way, I have my mirror there. She just said I have signs that she is autistic and she has ADHD, and she feels that I'm showing symptoms of it. And she asked me or encouraged me to go check it out, to go to a psychotherapist. So, being an immigrant in a foreign country, I just couldn't afford it at that time. So I was like, okay, I had it at the back of my mind that I was going to go. I was going to go and see a therapist or a psychotherapist. So I went to my GP, and that was after school. So I went to my GP, and he referred me to a therapist, a psychologist. So I went once. I went there, and the first day we sat down together, we only talked about my background, where I was from, and my family background and where I grew up and all that. So that was all we talked about. And we now scheduled another meeting for another time. That was like 2 weeks after or a week after. I can't remember. It's been a long time. So the next day, I got they call it factura. I got a mail of about $400. What? $400 in today's money that I was to pay for just one session. So I was like, I thought this was free. The head and tail of the story is I just couldn't afford it. So I just dropped it. Since I started my journey, I have been looking into myself to determine if I am on the spectrum, because because I don't feel normal. You know what I mean? I don't feel like a normal person. So let me tell you some of my quirks. Growing up as a child, when I wake up in the morning, okay, there's this thing I do. I do this. I don't know if anybody can relate. I do this. Now, what this does is that it disperses the temperature around my body. It's very calming. I did it to the extent that it became a habit. And it took my parents yelling at me and stopping my hands for me to actually stop doing this. Consistently, I'll do it consistently for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I just be doing my shirt. Let's see if there's ants or something at my back or something. On my back, I'll just be doing this. And after a lot of caution, I stopped. I stopped doing it. Then when I was a teenager, I was obsessed with taking off this side of my nose. Like I will use any instrument I find, scissors, razor. If you take a look very well, you might see like a scar. I don't know. I think it's gone. It's been a long time since I was a teenager. So I used to be very obsessive. I guess somebody made a comment about my nose one time that I was big or something. I don't know. And I was like, and the comment was specifically targeted at this part of my nose. I thought maybe I was trying to get a piercing. I don't know what I was trying to do, but it just triggered something in me that I was trying to. I'll send a picture. There's a picture I have that showed the scar on that nose. If I find it, I'll put it here. Funny looking picture. It went from trying to remove the nose to touching the nose, and the effect of touching the nose was actually calming me down, like was making me feel good, that kind of thing. Now I constantly hit the center of my hair, which has caused me a lot of pain and a lot of concern, because till date I still do this constantly. I can do this constantly for as long as possible. It's very embarrassing because my middle hair here is way shorter than the rest of my hair. And I realized that all these things were steaming. They are called steaming. And I think it's prevalent in people with autism, people on the spectrum. I still do that. In fact, I've tried to know why I was doing that, but to no avail. Until recently, I came across some videos about people on the spectrum and what they do. They call it steaming. And I just realized I have been steaming because what I get is it calms me, it keeps me grounded when I hit myself. It keeps me grounded and just generally gives me a feel good, effect. And I could just be doing that for hours until somebody holds my hand, or someone, my parents or my mom will say, "You're giving me a headache. Stop hitting your head. Stop doing that." It doesn't. I don't get any detrimental effects from it, like immediately. Not that you are the one that will be having headache as I'm hitting my head. People that are closest to me will know. I still do that till date. It's just like a coping mechanism for me, especially when I'm alone, or when I have some emotional instability, things like that. In fact, I don't even need any emotional instability to even start doing it. I can just start doing it now if I zone out, like now if I zone out, you know. So that's number one. Now number two, I have no social skills whatsoever. Like, is that bad? To a lot of people, I seem very extroverted. To a lot of people, I'm very outgoing and friendly. But the truth is, I have no social skills. I don't even have, as I am, I don't even have people I call my friends. Now, a lot of this stems from, you know, me feeling like, because I'm always, if I want a friend, I'm fixated on one person. Like I just cannot do two friends at the same time or talk to two people at the same time. I'll be fixated on one person, and most of the time, people who I fixate on tend to think it's too much. I know of a girl that I was pursuing a friendship with. She thought that I was coming on to her, that I was gay. Because the word I will use, I'll use deep words like, "Oh, I love you." I'll use deep words like, "You mean a lot to me." And, Nigerian girls are not used to that kind of word. So if a girl is that open to them, and that they would think that person is gay. So I come off too strong and I emotionally dump, someone that I consider a friend. I tend to like emotionally dump on you, like everything I'm going through, I want to tell, just like I'm doing this now on the phone. I think it's safer to do this. This is what I do on a daily. Like if I have a friend, I will always tell the person about my day. I always want to, and because my life is fun, fun, I always have something going on for me. And sometimes it could be emotionally draining. The worst part of it is that I cannot reciprocate the energy that I give out to people. You know what I mean? If you emotionally dump on me, I tend to just lock up, you know, zone out, just lock up because I will feel so overwhelmed and I might just need a break. And some people will misinterpret it like I don't want them in my life or I'm feeling too big. You know, humans now the way they are, we start interpreting it a certain way. So and also I need like to take long breaks. Like if I socialize now with you, I need to take long breaks before I socialize again because it's like if I socialize, it's very draining to me. I will not function for days, sometimes weeks. I'll just need to recover. And to some people, especially very outgoing people, it's a lot for them. You know, it's a lot, especially when they've had me in their schedule and all that, and I don't show up. And most of the time, I feel very cowardly to tell them that I don't have the energy to, or I cannot socialize. So I just not pick their calls, or I just not reply to text messages. I just want to be like a zombie. I just be myself. So a lot of people misinterpret that as me not being friendly. The truth is, I don't even know why I do it. I don't even know why I do. I don't even know why I'm so drained. And another one. So when it comes to flirting, I don't know where people flirt with me. I haven't flirted with anyone before in my life. Like I haven't seen someone I like and go up to the person and say I like you. I've never done it. I have never done it. When I don't even know when I don't even know when somebody's flirting with me, how am I even going to flirt with somebody? I've had one instance, I cannot forget this. There was this man in a train back there when I was in Norway. Scandinavian, he looked like a Scandinavian god. Like he had broad chest, tall with a mid-cut hair. I remember he was dressed somewhat like a cowboy, jeans, denim on denim or something like that. He was looking cool and he was sat opposite me. I was reading a book. So each time I take my eyes off the book, I notice that he'd be looking at me. I'm doing like this. I'd be like, why is this man looking at me all weird? And he'd be smiling, like smiling at me. And if I notice that he's trying to say, hey, I put my face back in the book because I felt it was awkward. This was at age 28, 29. Imagine. It was like I was a child. So one thing led one thing led to another. My book fell on the floor, and since he was a tall guy, he reached down to pick it before me. And when he gave me the book, he gently squeezed my thighs. I still did not understand. It was until I got to my destination, took a shower, lay on my bed, and started replaying the day. Then I realized, oh, this handsome guy was actually flirting with me. So I don't really know when people flirt with me. I don't have any social cue at all. I don't know. And when people give me that flirty look, it just feels so strange to me. It just feels like, I don't know, it just feels very awkward to me. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? What's going on? I know, subconsciously, I know they're looking at me. I know they like me, but I just don't know how it makes me feel. But if it's just a normal person, the next thing I do is, and that it brings me to this point again. I don't have a normal conversation with people. If I'm talking to you, my head is going to like 1,001 places. I'm not looking at you straight and taking your words. I'm looking at your mannerism, the way you said it. I can tell if a person is lying to me. Unfortunately, I can tell. I can tell if you're not being genuine. I can just tell. I don't know how I tell it. And if I tell you, my body language will tell you that I know, and then the awkwardness begins. Like it's gonna be awkward. So, and a lot of people lie. A lot of people wear this mask. A lot of people, if there are 100 people, I tell you, 90 people are masking, and I see that mask all the time. And I don't see that mask. It's now I'm beginning to see that okay, some people wear masks to cope with life. Some people wear a mask to keep themselves anonymous, to protect themselves. It's just now that I'm beginning to know that. But initially, I used to think people who wear masks are false, like they're not genuine. So at the end of the day, even if there was supposed to be a bond, there will not be a bond because I used to interpret it as not genuine. You know what I mean? So there will be a bond somewhere. It's just that I suck at general people skills like making friends. But if I'm in the office or workplace, trust me, I'm always on top. Like when it comes to superficial relationship or work relationship, trust me, I am always on top. But when it comes to like intimate relationships with people, I really have no clue. Another one is procrastination. I don't even know if that is an um, autistic trait because I tend to procrastinate a lot. If I have something to do, I'll leave it to the last minute. I'm just addicted to that adrenaline, right? Because I end up doing so well, even though I put little time and effort into it. I just take that as a way of life. So I'm always like waiting for the perfect time or waiting for a deadline to be closed before I finish up a project or even start a project, which sometimes is good, but a lot of times not good. It doesn't really go my way because I might be passing, I might be doing an excellent job to you, but inside of me, I feel like I am an imposter. Like, oh my god, I didn't put a lot of work into this, so I don't deserve this grade or something like that, or I don't deserve this accolade they give me for my work. Not all cases though, but I remember when I was in school, I was those people who used to wait last minute to get things done. You know, even though I might not be busy doing anything, I just wait till it's the last minute to get things done, and you see me hurrying and stuff. I don't know if that is on the spectrum or not. These are the things I can remember at the front of my head. I am, of course, people who know me. I'm an introvert. I really don't go nowhere except I have to make money. I really don't feel the need to socialize. Um, Only reason I leave my house is because of survival. I have to make money some way to survive. I don't necessarily feel the need for human connection. I'm very loyal to a fault when it comes to friendship and relationship. I'm very loyal. And in this day and age, where people don't even value loyalty, I don't think my type is necessary. I'm quite loyal, especially when I hyperfixate on somebody. I'm this kind of people they call clingy. It's not coming from insecurity. It's just coming from the fact that I love you too much. And because I rarely have these connections. I rarely have this kind of connections. And when I have it, I just want to overwhelm the person mm, with it. My warm water is, oh, I think everything's up. Uh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've been trying so hard to fight this hyperpigmentation. I think my face is clearing. It's becoming a lot better than before. And I love it. I'm very new to this gua sha and jade roller thing. I've had this for like 3 months. I do it once a week. I don't know if that's enough for me to get the effect, but just. But I know that it depuffs me. If I do this in the morning when I wake up, I have somewhat of a snatched face. So I think everyone should get this. I call it a depuffer. I've heard of so many benefits of it, but for me, what it does is that it depuffs my face. My face has really changed though. I used to have really round, puffy face. Yeah. But recently, I've just noticed that my face is becoming a lot better than it used to. So I'm really happy for that. Daylight is gone. This is night here. So what I'm saying in essence is, if you have any of these symptoms or qualities about you and you're on the spectrum, tell me if this is relatable. Because I don't have that kind of cash to give a therapist. It's very expensive. A session sometimes can cost from an upward of 400, $500. You know, in Nigerian money, that should be like 300K or so. Ha. Mm. And me, I'm a young woman trying to invest. And so I cannot afford that. So, yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. um, I'll see you guys when next I post. I like more engagements on my videos. I don't get engagements that much. I get a lot of views, but I don't get a lot of engagements. What's up now? Please comment down below. I'll see you guys when I start post. Bye. Bye bye.